Welcome to ReneMarie Stroke of Luck. I'm ReneMarie, and we're on Madhouse TV, and we're very happy that you are joining us today for this wonderful show. We have a great show today. We have a guest, a friend of mine, who her name is Tracy Lawrence. She's the founder of Grand Family Planning, and we hooked up last year at a softball marathon that I did for my foundation when we were beginning to get it in the process of establishing it. And we hooked up, and she was a band that was singing at my foundation and at the softball marathon. And later on, we began to talk about where I'm going and what I'm doing, and we were talking about finances. And as God may have it, she was a financial planner. And we started talking about preparation for your life and how important it is to prepare for the unknown. And so we're going to be talking about that in a little bit. And I'm really happy to have her as a guest. And that's a theme to our show. Our show is, are you ready for what's going to happen in the unknown future? So we look forward to talking to her about that in the second and third segment. But right now, we're going to go to my co-host, Bobby Baby Walker.
Okay, I want to speak a little bit about Robin Williams.
Yes.
That was a surprise to everybody.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, we always talk about one of our big, passion is for aphasia. And aphasia is, of course, when you can't communicate, and in the brain, right? The
inability to communicate, feeling locked into a situation where the outside world is not aware of what you are experiencing on your side.
Right.
And apparently, Mr. Williams went through something similar, because he was suffering from depression. Which is, I have a compassion for people that have things going on in their minds that they can't control it, and they don't know what to do with it, and you never know what's going on in someone's mind, right, Joe? Yeah. Now, this is Joe, our special correspondent. We always have him on the show because he really is he's a 9-time stroke survivor, and he actually, after his stroke, he is suffering from a brain injury. So we're really honored to have you as a special correspondent for our show.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
So don't you agree with the aphasia and the brain and the communication and how surreal it is not to know what's going on in somebody's mind?
It's very frightening, and also just quickly having family members who suffered from severe depression and bipolar disease. They're trapped, and until they actually realize that they do have a problem and they don't seek the medical attention, that's when they try suicide attempts and things like that. And it's got to be up to somebody close by, family, friend, or whatever, who can recognize that there's an issue and get the help for that person, because otherwise there's just no hope. And you have to realize how desperate that he must have been to hang himself. And then 2 days after that.
But isn't it surreal that here was a gentleman that really made the whole world laugh, the whole world he brought laughter to, and he was sad.
But don't you realize how many of these comics that all died of drug overdoses and everything, how depressed, they all suffered from depression. But their high was originally with this, comedy.
Right.
That's how they got their high, and it's sad. It's very sad.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad. And actually, when we go into our next segment, before we go on, we're going to play a short clip in tribute of Robin Williams, and we look forward to, showing that to you. I have a question to everybody. While we were today, as we're meditating and praying, as I always do on my
my journey up here, I was thinking to myself, what's the question I'm going to ask of Bobby and Joe?
Here we go. Here we go.
I always think of like a topic to talk about, and I think the question today I'm going to ask you, Bobby. I'm going to ask you first is, how do you pray?
I'll pray with my hands like this.
No, really. I mean, some people. I was saying this before, but some people, go to church, and that's the only time they pray. Some people go to the beach. Some people have an hour of prayer each day. And I was just curious, like, how does prayer work into your days?
Unfortunately, these days I only pray when I need something.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the time, I feel like I'm in a kind of dialogue with God all day long.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's good because.
And I try to watch myself or how I speak, because I know He's listening.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That's really. I was saying to Joe, that's exactly how I pray. I think rather than praying, I have like a relationship with God, the same as both of you. I know both of you do, and it's like a constant communication, and we're aware of God's presence in our lives, and we're always trying to do the right thing and do for others, before we do for ourselves. And I know both of you are true, God workers that do that for other people. You're always giving and giving and giving and giving. So I'm blessed.
You can see that?
Yes, I'm blessed. I'm blessed to have you both in my life. So, Joe, how do you pray?
Well, after the strokes, I always prayed. There's no question about it. But every morning I wake up and I just thank God that I open up my eyes.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. And every day I just thank Him for giving me the day and to give me the energy to continue to go forward, and especially since the mission that we're all on.
Right.
And to give me the energy to go on. And I pray in the car, and I have meditation, CDs and stuff. And you came with me. We went to Our Lady of the Island in Mandeville.
Oh, my God.
I go there on an
It is
afternoon
phenomenal.
for 15, 20 minutes, and it's, you feel like you're in another world, and it's 5 minutes from my house.
Yeah.
And, I'm in constant contact with them. I don't go to church. I'm not going to lie and be a hypocrite. But, I do believe, and...
But isn't it funny how, not funny, that's probably the wrong terminology, but isn't it strange, or I can't think of the right word to say, but, we all have challenges in our lives, but even beyond the challenges, we still find love for God and do the God work. We don't really think like, why did God do this to me? Especially both of you, you both have, your health issues or health things you're faced with, and you don't look at God like, why is God doing this for me? You just keep pushing ahead and doing your giving work.
I never once said that.
Yeah.
I never once said that.
Well,
Even when I was dying, I never said that.
Every day, I say to myself or to God, thine will be done.
Yeah.
And I go about my day and doing whatever I have to do or whatever I can do, and I let Him, His will be done.
I admire you because you really do follow your guidance. You just get up in the morning and whatever, wherever God brings you, that's where you go. And you travel all over the place. If I say to Bobby, can you come over? And he lives a ways
in the next
from me.
state.
Yeah. Well, how long? About an hour, and you have to come over the George Washington Bridge. So it is a long, haul. Yeah. So, but Bobby would be right there, no problem. So. It's really really good. So that's pretty interesting. So
I forgot what I was going to say. That's a you don't.
That's all right.
Well, I got something funny to tell.
Oh, here we go. I knew this was coming out.
We had to. We always, as all of you all know already, our Saturdays begin by coming into Long Island early, and we have a blast. Well, anyway, we were meeting Bobby for a Language of Love meeting at Starbucks in Deer Park, right? The Deer Park
Yes.
Starbucks. And,
Hi, Scott.
hi. And it was so funny. I'm getting out of my car. No, Joe was sitting in my car because I go to Joe's in the morning, so I don't hit the George Washington Bridge traffic and everything. And Joe is sitting in the passenger seat, and of course he's a gentleman. He takes my purse and he puts it in front of him on the floor. So I don't know if I'll be able to say this without laughing. So he's getting out of the car, and he's going to take it out his way, and he's going to give it to me when he gets out. So he's walking with his cane, because he has to use a cane now, and he walks around the car, and he hands me his cane, and he's walking with the purse into Starbucks, and everybody's looking at him.
And I didn't realize until I turned around and I said, I'm going to lose my balance. And I'm going, I got her pocketbook on my arm. Where's my cane? And she's got my cane, and I got her pocketbook. I got so flustered, I broke the case on my iPhone.
I know. It's crazy. It's crazy. But we really do have, we do a lot of, as you all know, you watch every week, but we really do a lot of foundation work on Saturday mornings.
Yes, we got a lot accomplished.
And we're really moving ahead on the foundation, on the
Absolutely.
telethon. And I'm really excited about it. So we're going to go to, can we go to a break, Vicki or Tom? Can we go to a break so that we can have enough time for our interview with Tracy? We're going to go to...
YesWeCare.net is a 501c3 charity that provides help to veterans and their families. Please visit YesWeCare.net and donate in any way you can by purchasing our beautiful framed prints or relaxation CDs and DVDs, even smooth jazz CDs. YesWeCare.net. Remember, our troops are on their way home. They need all the support they can get. YesWeCare.net.
Hi, I'm Natalie Boyle, and you're watching MadhouseTV.com.
Technical Worldwide Tattoo Supply is one of the largest suppliers in the world and your number one resource for top quality, affordable tattoo and piercing supplies. Technical Worldwide Tattoo Supply is the number one supplier of tattoo inks in the world with more than 200 products including Mom's Ink, Philadelphia Eddie's Traditional Inks, Paolini Sacred Color Inks, and more. Technical Worldwide Tattoo Supply, your one-stop shopping destination for great service, best prices, and top quality supplies. Coney Island Carlos vintage wines and premium spirits are undeniably distinctive, selected for their unique, memorable flavor. Coney Island Carlo's vintage wines and premium spirits are delivered to you in beautifully designed bottles featuring limited edition artwork. Coney Island Carlo's vintage wines and premium spirits are available at affordable prices in fine restaurants, bars, and liquor stores. Or check www.coneyislandcarlo.com for availability.
All right. I'm trying to get in the scene here. Oh my
get it
God.
down.
All right, I'm in. Hi.
Hi, I'm Karen Vito.
Hi, and I'm Regina Galley.
We're here doing a show called Shake It Up.
Right, and Shake Up stands for style,
Health,
attitude,
kindness.
entertainment.
That's right. But
That's
really,
right.
it's more about gossip.
Yes.
Because that's what we do, we gossip.
We like to gossip.
I
We
love
like to gossip, interview people. We're going to have some health tips. We're going to tell you what's in, what's not.
Yeah,
We're
there's a
gonna
lot
have
of things that's
fun.
not in, though. That's,
Yeah,
I
that's
really
the
want to
problem.
focus on what's not in.
People
because
don't know what's age
They make
appropriate.
mistakes. They
Yeah,
just make mistakes.
They just.
So we're going to correct those mistakes.
Yeah. And we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to be on Wednesday mornings at 10 a.m., so we want you to join us. And we're also going to have a great segment on health and what's new.
Wellness.
Yes,
Wellness.
health and wellness. What's
Very
new,
important
what's
to
not.
us.
Yeah.
We work really hard with that. We coach a lot of people through that. So
Yep.
you're going to join us.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
You're going to get healthy.
Yeah. And you're going to have a good time. Oh, and we're also going to have the curse jar.
Yes. I love that.
That's going to be awesome. $5, for fuck's sake.
Come see us in the morning.
Bye. Join us.
Going to the
Here we
here.
go.
Hi, how are you? Did we show the Robin Williams video? Can we go into it? Okay, we're going to show a video, a tribute to Robin Williams. We'll be.
But before we do, I'd like to
okay.
say we're on Madhouse TV.
Woo! Madhouse
Yeah.
TV.
I don't have very much time these days, so I'll make it quick, like my life. You know, as we come to the end of this phase of our life, we find ourselves trying to remember the good times and trying to forget the bad times. And we find ourselves thinking about the future. We start to worry, thinking, what am I going to do? Where am I going to be in 10 years? But I say to you, hey, look at me. Please, don't worry so much. Because in the end, none of us have very long on this earth. Life is fleeting. And if you're ever distressed, cast your eyes to the summer sky, when the stars are strung across the velvety night, and when a shooting star streaks through the blackness, turning night into day. Make a wish. Think of me. And make your life spectacular.
Hi. It was pretty emotional, and so I know that Robin Williams can hear us. So Robin Williams, thank you for all the laughter and all the joy that you brought to each one of us, and we hope that you find some peace in heaven, because you are in heaven. So with that, we're going to go. I'm going to introduce a new roundtable member, and that is
Kathy, baby Bobby Walker's. Kathy Walker. She's Bobby baby. Let's back up. This is what I learned. I have to take a step back. This is Bobby baby Walker's wife. Yay! Kathy actually has some medical history. She works for the Richmond Community Service, helping developmentally disabled persons. So thank you for being a part of the round table. And Tracy is on the Skype. Hi, Tracy.
Hi, Tracy.
Hi, Tracy.
Hi.
How are you?
Oh, I'm well, thanks. How are you, hon?
We're good. We're good. Tracy, you know how I feel about you. You are really a gift to the universe, as I said in the email that I put out to everybody, because I know that your work comes from a heartfelt place. So tell us.
That's where we connect, you and I, for sure.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit. Why don't you tell us a little bit about our connection? I said it initially, but tell us how we connected and your passion for this and how you're going to make a difference.
Okay. Well, I met Renee last year at a benefit that she had actually organized to raise awareness about aphasia. And I lead a rock and roll band called Just Play. I sing. My husband is bass player.
And she's a great singer.
Woo! So much. Another place where you and I connect.
Yes.
We, when a friend of ours who helped Renee organize the benefit told us about it and asked us if we wanted to play, we said absolutely. And we came to the benefit, and I met Renee for the first time, and we started talking about, how she, came to organize this. And I was so surprised that Renee had any health issues, because when you meet her, she's obviously very healthy and vivacious, and you wouldn't think that she had any issues until she pointed out certain things, and I realized that, oh wow, that's amazing. And we started talking about what we do in life and what we do professionally. And I had shared with Renee that I had recently become a financial advisor, and that the reason that I did that was because of my family. My mom is currently 85 years old. She has dementia, and I have been caregiving her for several years, and I was caregiving my dad for before he passed away 10 years ago. So I know a lot about what families have to do in order to prepare for health emergencies. I've lived it, and I understand how difficult it can be, and how in life we all need advocates. We all need people who can stand up for us and speak when we can't speak for ourselves.
Which is where another area which we connected, because aphasia, we are the voices for those that can't communicate.
Correct. In my mom's case now, in fact, on a personal note, my mom was hospitalized this morning. She is experiencing some internal issues. Her situation is, this is life. She is getting worse. So I had a little break for a while there because I was able to, because my family planned, I was able to locate my mother in a residence where her needs are met on a daily basis. Everything that she needs is taken care of for her. She's given her medications, she's bathed, she's dressed, she gets help doing all the activities of daily living that she can't do by herself any longer.
Right, which is one of the one of the topics we're going to bring up when we talk about what you need to prepare for. We've spoken about preparing for going into a home, or what is it called when you we're the phase where I'll need to go somewhere. What is that called, Tracy?
Well, your needs do need to be evaluated, and I mean, at every phase of a person's life, the circumstances change, our needs change,
Right.
and that's what's so difficult, because it's at those transitional points that very often, in the case of parents who are aging, for instance. They have a tendency to want to hide what's going on. First of all, they're usually very afraid, because they're realizing that they're starting to lose control in their lives, and they don't want their children to take on any added burdens in their lives. But very often, at the same time, they do need help, and if a child knows that their parent is having issues, they want to help.
Right.
But if the conversation hasn't occurred beforehand, a lot of times a child isn't aware that their parent needs help until they've progressed in their illness.
Right.
And it comes as a shock. So and I realized in my journey that so many things changed. My parents were kind of secretive about their finances, and they didn't want to worry me or my brother, and they wanted to do everything themselves. But once it became clear that my dad, who was in charge of the finances, and he was a really sharp guy, but he couldn't do it anymore. And when that realization hit, all of a sudden, he opened up the books, he opened up everything that we needed to know in order to to help him, and suddenly there were no barriers anymore, and there were things that I needed to know, and I learned really quickly.
Tracy, but I know that people are going to think that we're talking mainly about finances, but it actually goes deeper and bigger than that, than finances.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
Give us just a brief outline of things that that people that are working with you on your grand family planning, so that we can have a sense that it's we all know that we need financial, right, Bobby? We need financial backing when we have an unknown illness, because illnesses usually come out of the blue. You don't prepare and say, I want to have a stroke tomorrow, or I'm going to have a stroke tomorrow.
Right.
Honestly.
And we all just about any medical condition you can name is very expensive to deal with.
Yeah. Hang on one second, Bobby. I know you can't see him,
I just
but Bobby
want to submit my budget for how much I need.
He's so funny. I'm sorry, Tracy.
No,
go ahead.
Tracy,
That's quite all right. It's absolutely. So, there are also there are legal issues that many people are not aware of. We have certain laws in place. They're called HIPAA, that prevent family members from getting certain information about you.
Right.
To protect your privacy.
Right. Because somebody, you correct me if I'm wrong, everyone. I mean, you could be in the hospital and not have spoken to somebody for years on end, because of the relationship, and all of a sudden they want information to help you, and really they shouldn't get that information, right? And
because they have been estranged.
That's true. But by the same token, a lot of married couples think that because they're married, like a husband can speak for a wife, or a wife can speak for a husband, and that's not true.
Right.
If you haven't put it in writing that you want your spouse to be able to advocate for you, then you may run into a problem in the hospital.
Right. Now,
and another thing that parents need to be aware of, if you have a child, when they turn 18, you can't speak for them any longer.
That's right.
You need parents, if you're listening and you have a child who's 18 or older, and you haven't thought about this, you want to get them to sign a document that says that in the event that they can't speak for themselves, you can speak for them. This is really important, especially this time of year when a lot of kids are going off to college. And if you're not aware of this, parents, make a note of it. Talk to an attorney, it doesn't have to be expensive.
Right.
I have an attorney, a partner who does it for a very reduced rate.
And with that,
because it's
Tracy,
so important.
And with that, Tracy, we have to go to
Yes.
commercial break.
We'll be
We'll
right
be
back.
right back.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Natalie Boyle, and you're watching MadhouseTV.com.
Technical Worldwide Tattoo Supply is one of the largest suppliers in the world and your number one resource for top quality, affordable tattoo and piercing supplies. Technical Worldwide Tattoo Supply is the number one supplier of tattoo inks in the world with more than 200 products including Mom's Ink, Philadelphia Eddie's Traditional Inks, Paolini Sacred Color Inks, and more. Technical Worldwide Tattoo Supply, your one-stop shopping destination for great service, best prices, and top quality supplies. Coney Island Carlos vintage wines and premium spirits are undeniably distinctive, selected for their unique, memorable flavor. Coney Island Carlos vintage wines and premium spirits are delivered to you in beautifully designed bottles featuring limited edition artwork. Coney Island Carlos vintage wines and premium spirits are available at affordable prices in fine restaurants, bars, and liquor stores. Or check www.coneyislandcarlo.com for availability.
I'm trying to get in the scene here.
Come on, get it down.
All right, I'm in. Hi.
Hi, I'm Karen Vito.
Hi, and I'm Regina Galley.
We're here doing a show called Shake It Up.
Right, and Shake Up stands for style,
Health,
attitude,
kindness.
entertainment.
That's right. But
That's
really,
right.
it's more about gossip.
Yes.
Because that's what we do, we gossip.
We like to gossip.
I
We
love
like to gossip, interview people. We're going to have some health tips. We're going to tell you what's in, what's not.
Yeah,
We're
there's a
gonna
lot
have
of things that's
fun.
not in, though. That's,
Yeah,
I
that's
really
the
want to
problem.
focus on what's not in.
People
because
don't know what's age
They make
appropriate.
mistakes. They
Yeah,
just
they
make
just-
mistakes.
They just.
So we're going to correct those mistakes.
Yeah. And we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to be on Wednesday mornings at 10 a.m., so we want you to join us. And we're also going to have a great segment on health and what's new.
Wellness.
Yes,
Wellness.
health and wellness. What's
Very
new,
important
what's
to
not.
us.
Yeah.
We work really hard with that. We coach a lot of people through that. So
Yep.
you're going to join us.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
You're going to get healthy.
Yeah. And you're going to have a good time. Oh, and we're also going to have the curse jar.
Yes. I love that.
That's going to be awesome. $5, for fuck's sake.
Come see us in the morning.
Bye. Join us.
Hi, I'm Jerry Parisi, and you're watching MadhouseTV.com. Hi, I'm Jerry.
Hi, welcome back to ReneMarie Stroke of Luck.
And we are on
Madhouse
Madhouse TV.
But wait, we have to do that again. Ready? 1, 2, 3. On
Madhouse TV.
Woo! Actually, Madhouse TV, just a reminder, is going to be the host of our telethon, March 29th, 2015. Yeah, 2015. We're really excited about it, and it's going to touch the world. It's going to touch the world. While we were at break, first of all, it's a really interesting conversation we're having with Tracy. She really is bringing to light the awareness that people need to understand. You know, last time we had the show, I spoke about our responsibilities of knowing about strokes, the signs for strokes, because people can have strokes or be having a stroke, and they go to the hospital, and really it would increase the potential to have what's the name of the the shot, the
the TPA.
TPA shot, which would prevent you from they could put you right back to your normality. Am I correct?
Yes.
And anyway, and on this situation with being ready, it's our responsibility to do it. While we were on a commercial break, Joe, you had mentioned something about.
Well, what Tracy had said was absolutely true, especially like in my situation, being divorced and everything. I had to pick somebody in the family who would be able to get my medical information. So I signed all my HIPAA forms, and I made a family member, able to get all the information. I also went to a family planning, an attorney, and I did the healthcare proxy.
Right.
And I also did, I took care of the will. I took care of everything now because, unfortunately, through past experiences in the family, my own family, people, like you said, don't think that they're going to get sick. They think they're going to live forever. They don't think they're ever going to, whatever. And, all of a sudden, an expression, I went to sleep, I was 40, and I woke up the next day, I was 80.
Yeah.
Time flies and nobody realizes how important it is.
Yeah. And Kathy, you said that it was a healthcare proxy. Do you guys have that?
We don't, but
No.
most of the time in the hospital, they ask you to sign one while you're in there.
While you're in there?
So, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm in the process of working on mine. I actually...
Must get it done, ASAP.
I know. I actually, you'd be very proud of me. I emailed my attorney. They couldn't do it right away because they had, vacations and stuff like that. But what I did was I printed out the email that I sent to them, and I had it notarized, and I signed it. And they had it notarized. So I had filed that. So at least there's some trail because notary is legally binding. So at least there's some trail that who will be responsible. It's not, everything I need, but it will, right, Tracy? It will. I mean, that's what you need.
Yeah, well, it does formalize your intention, but there's no substitute for working with a good attorney.
No. Yeah.
And one of the things that I've done through Grand Family Planning is I've established relationships with all the key professionals that a family needs to deal with. So what's unique about Grand Family Planning is that we work together as a team to make sure that all of the aspects of a family's life that ensures their health and well-being are covered. We do a complete needs analysis with the family to see what's been done and what needs to be done. And then we actually put together an action plan to help them execute all the items on the action plan to make sure that everything that they need to do is done.
Right. And that's important.
That's what's really key. We're a team that it's a team that came together because of what I needed in my life. And it's been such a wonderful support system for me. I wanted to be able to share that with other people because, to have a team like the one that I have is very powerful and enabling and it can help to protect your family in a way that few people consider. And it makes a process that can be very overwhelming much easier, much simpler, and we take the stress and the pain out of transition and change.
Yeah, and that
Absolutely.
And that's true that you need a team of people around you. And I could 100% vouch that your team, it comes from your heart. It's, people think that people are in business to make money. Yes, we all need money. We all need money to pay PSC&G. But when you do things through your heart and you follow your passion, the money will follow, and you just keep pushing and you do that. So I'm really, really happy that you had this opportunity. I really want to give credit to Rich Biaggi. Is that the gentleman's name?
Yes.
And
the plumber drummer
of
Ridgewood.
He did if you look at the setup that he did for our softball marathon with the lights and it was phenomenal. The nighttime show was beautiful. It was like rainy and all. The weather wasn't cooperating and the weather forecast wasn't cooperating, but it turned out to be an incredible thing. And one of the gifts that we got from that is meeting you. So that's an honor. And his band.
Congratulations, my dear.
Yeah, thank you. And his band is the Knob, right?
Yes.
The Knob. So please Google the Knob. Please Google Rich Biaggi. He's done a wonderful thing. Please Google Tracy's band. Your band is going through transition right now, right?
Yes, yeah. Our band is called Just Play, but we're going to juggle the lineup a little bit and evolve the lineup a little bit. Right. But It'll be exciting, and you'll be getting details once we have some gigs coming up. But
Yeah, Rich.
yeah, it's an exciting time. There are a lot of changes in the wind, but they're all good. All it's all life affirming and evolving, and mostly. But I'm excited about grand family planning because the people who are getting involved are wonderful. They're all people who have caregiving as their lives. We've all had caregiving in our lives. We all know the challenges, and we sincerely want to help people because of our life experiences.
Tracy,
and
can you
have
give?
them
Can you?
benefit from it.
I'm sorry. Can you give
That's
your
okay.
contact information so that if anybody would like to look you up or give you a call or email you, could you give your contact information?
Certainly. I can be reached. My office number is 973-962-1880. That's in New Jersey. We serve northern New Jersey and parts of New York as well. We are actually in the process of putting this business together. So we're actively seeking partners who support family health and well-being, and we are seeking test members, people who will test the process, because since this is a brand new way of doing, taking care of these kinds of family needs, we are inviting people to come and test us out, try us out at a greatly reduced rate. So they can give us feedback, how the process works for them, so that we can roll out a product that really truly works for people. We're hoping to have everything in place for the beginning of the year. So when people are making their New Year's resolutions and they know that there are things that they really need to do to help their families, that we'll be there to help them carry out their wishes and get all of those needs taken care of in a timely and effective manner.
And I was thinking while I was sitting here that maybe it's something that off the record we could talk about, not off the record, but we could talk about somehow working with you, because we're always meeting with people
in all different kinds of crises.
Different kinds of crises, and I know, and one of our passions, and I know it's your passion, is to help people before they get to the crises.
Right.
Exactly. Exactly, because that's the time when we can do the most good. That's the time when you have the most choice.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
If you wait until disaster strikes, then you're in panic mode, then you're in crisis mode, and the things that you can actually do are very limited. Right. But if you can pull it together and start planning for what could be while you're still healthy and while you still have the ability to make choices, that's the time when you can really empower yourself and your family. And that's what I'm trying to do, because let's face it, bad things happen to good people all the time.
Yeah.
And we all know that we're on a long enough timeline. We're going to age, we're going to get sick, and we're going to need help. So why not plan for that now? To deny it is silly, it's foolish, and it can wind up costing your family a lot of heartache, a lot of time, and the whole, all your family resources can disappear in the blink of an eye.
And I know.
And excuse me for cutting you all off, but we have to go to commercial break.
But I want to say one thing before we do go, because Tracy will be leaving us.
Oh, okay.
Because we only need a few minutes to sing the song and roll on out.
Okay.
I just want to make sure that we close out with Tracy. But one of the things that I know that would be true with us not promoting, but working with you is, when people in crises, that's usually when people take advantage of people.
Sure.
Right?
Absolutely.
And I know from the bottom of my heart that Tracy and her team wouldn't take advantage of somebody that was in that type of situation. You would actually be compassionate for them and try to give them what they need as an emergency
certainly
circumstance surface, and then work backwards, even though it's really not the best way. So Tracy, we really want to
take this
Thank you.
opportunity to thank you.
Yes,
Yes,
thank you
thank
very
you for
much,
being on the
Tracy.
show.
Thank you for having me.
And-
I
and we
appreciate
want-
this opportunity, and it was great seeing you guys. And love to you all, and I wish you all, health, and have a great week.
And we're praying for your mom.
Yes.
Thanks
We're praying for your mom.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Your mom is in our prayers. As everybody knows, her mom just went into the hospital today, but she's in our prayers.
Right.
Thank you so
absolutely,
much.
I'll see you
absolutely.
later. We'll be right
Take
back.
care.
Have a
Bye,
nice-
Tracy.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Hi, I'm Natalie Boyle, and you're watching MadhouseTV.com.
Welcome to Formula Auto Wash, where every day is a great day for a car wash. Open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. till 5:30 p.m. Sundays 8 a.m. till 4 p.m. Detailing packages for every budget, starting out at $29.99. 100% hand wash and detail centre. Horsehair and microfiber brushes and mitts. Proudly using Ecolab Blue Coral soaps and waxes. Formula Auto Wash has served the community for over 30 years. Senior discounts all day, every day. Ladies' Day Wednesday, $3 off any wash. Early bird discount Monday through Thursday till 9:30 a.m. Check out our website, formulaautowash.com.
Hi, my name is Dr. Tom Dow. We have a multidisciplinary practice in Melville and Ronkonkoma, New York, and we treat patients with many, many different conditions, from newborns through geriatric patients with numerous different techniques. There's a technique and a type of treatment for every class of patient. We have them all here. Here's my son Thomas, also a doctor of chiropractic, working on one of our patients' cervical spine. This patient has had chronic neck pain for many, many, many years, has been to a multitude of different practitioners with little or no response. And with our specialized techniques, she has improved tremendously and continues to improve on a daily basis. We have two practices, one in Melville and one in Ronkonkoma, New York. We are a multidiscipline chiropractic office. What that means is we have chiropractors, massage therapists, acupuncturists, psychologists, all working as a team and a network of outside professionals such as orthopedists and neurologists that we work hand in hand with to help determine what your injuries are and the best way to treat your injuries. I have the great pleasure of having my son in practice with me. We work hand in hand, father and son, to give our patients the best care possible, and a staff which is loving, caring, and you'll never have to wait at all in our office for service. Many times patients come into our office and they have what's called a soft tissue injury. Soft tissue injuries are like scars inside your body. If you've ever been cut on the outside of your body, you get a scar. The same thing happens inside of your body to your muscles and ligaments. So our job is to determine where those are, stretch the muscles, adjust the vertebra back into their correct position, and then refortify the normal structure with exercise. That's what we do best, and I hope someday you'll come see us at one of our two offices. Thank you.
Welcome back to ReneMarie Stroke of Luck on
Madhouse TV.
It was a great show today. We actually have to have Tracy back again, right?
Absolutely,
Right?
absolutely.
It was really, I mean, very informative. And you know what's funny is we learn through the work that we do. You know, I've learned so much on this journey that I've had, learning about strokes and about aphasia and, you know, support and responsibility. That's a big one for me, responsibility. And I got to say, I mean, honestly, up until a few years ago, I really wasn't responsible. I wasn't responsible. And a lot did have to do with my stroke. A lot did have to do with me not understanding and connecting my responsibilities. Right, Kathy? How did you feel about the show today?
Very good, because you don't know when something's going to happen. In the field I work with, you know, people were born normal and their life was taken away in a matter of seconds.
Tell us a little bit about where you work and how that happens.
Well, I work for a organization that serves developmentally disabled people. They do residential and day hab. And there are some people I work with who were normal and had brain injury, were in car accidents, and they're left developmentally disabled. And it's, you know, one day they're there and the next day it's all over.
And you know, that's, I'm telling you, when I go to a funeral, I mean, I used to be more emotional than I am now, but I used to think, I look at the person in the coffin, and I know, you know, some people don't have coffins, but I look at the person in the coffin and I think, that could have been me.
Absolutely.
That could have been me. And Joe, with the mentally, you know what I mean, you've had severe brain trauma.
Yeah.
I mean, not only did you have a stroke, but you had brain traumas going on.
I had the brain hemorrhage, massive brain bleed, 9 strokes.
Yeah.
Now another traumatic brain injury. I mean,
Which is really taking a long time.
This one is taking its toll.
This one's taking its toll because his brain was so
damaged before. That's what's making it so complicated now.
But what your doctor just said the other day to you is that you were good. You were stable.
Yes.
Right before you had this.
He said to me, "We all worked so hard to get me to the point that I was, and then for this fall to happen, just set me back tenfold."
Yeah.
And
it just goes to show you, you never know what's going to happen.
No, and you never know. And you were on your way to a bird.
I'm president of a bird club, and I went in, and you know, I can't really go into it, but I tripped, and you know, through no fault of mine. And what did I do? I cracked my head.
It was severe. Bobby, can you move back a little bit, just because you can't? But you know what, Bob? Can you introduce this nice gentleman to our audience?
This guy here, what's your name again?
Bobby.
That's Bobby.
Bobby.
My brother-in-law.
Kathy's brother. Kathy's
My
brother.
brother-in-law. Kathy's brother.
We thought, we always feel, let's join, everybody should join together. It really should be a together thing, you know, rather than being on the other side of the camera. You're on the front end of the camera now.
You know what? Bobby has a unique situation too. He's epileptic, and when he has seizures, he's unable to remember.
Wow.
Right.
What happened when he comes out of it?
Wow.
And, you know.
Wow. Wow. That's pretty scary stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they say that the longer you stay in a seizure, the more brain cells die.
Absolutely.
Wow.
And Bobby stays in seizures like 10, 20 minutes sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, long.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's called a post-ictal state, like after the initial seizure. He really doesn't know what's really going on, although, you know, his not doing anything physical, his brain is still misfiring and he can't understand anything, and sometimes he's in that state for like 20 minutes to a half hour.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, when, you know, sometimes I gotta smack him around. Yo!
You don't smack around, you're silly.
I'm just kidding, I'm just kidding.
So It was really, what's that?
3 minutes.
3 minutes? Oh, so we could start singing our closeout song. And just let us know. Let me get the mic. Testing. Testing, testing, testing. Okay. Okay, everyone, we want to say thank you to everybody. We're going to go into our closing song, That's What Friends Are For, because that's what we are. We're friends, and we really are growing a wonderful circle here at Madhouse TV, but through my foundation, ReneMarie's Language of Love. And please don't forget about our telethon on March 29, 2015 on the Madhouse TV. Here we go, everyone. And I never thought I'd feel this way, but as far as I'm concerned, I'm glad I got the chance to say that I do believe I love all of you. And if you should ever go away, well then close your eyes and try to feel the way you do today. And then if you can remember, here, this is why we do the song. Let's go. Keep smiling, keep shining, knowing you can always count on me. For sure, that's what friends are for. For good times and bad times, I'll be on your side forevermore. That's what friends are for. Let's go. Well, you came and opened me, and now there's so much more I see. And so by the way, I thank you. And then for the times when we're apart, well then close your eyes and know the words are coming from our hearts. And then if you can remember, here we go, everyone. Keep smiling, keep shining, knowing you can always count on me. For sure, that's what friends are for. For good times and bad times, I'll be on your side forevermore. That's what friends are for. Shall we blow our kisses? God bless everybody. Here we go. God bless. Have a stroke of luck and have a wonderful evening. God bless everybody. That's what friends are for. For good times and bad times, I'll be on your side forevermore. That's what friends are for. All right. God bless. Have a stroke of luck.